Agency Fair. We're excited to have with us Randy from Owasso Community Resources, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the work that they do. This session is being recorded. Randy, I'm going to hand it over to you.
All right, sounds good. You can't see my face, but I am smiling, and it's a privilege to be with you here today and to share a little bit about Owasso Community Resources. Uh, Owasso Community Resources, we are a partner agency with United Way, but we're also a partner agency with the Community Food Bank of Eastern Oklahoma, and we're one of the original founders of Assist OK, which is a shared database helping work with clients throughout the Tulsa metropolitan area. And so what I want to tell you is that we are a food pantry primarily. And the picture I'm showing you here is the way things were back in February of 2020. And before the pandemic hit, we had clients that would come in and then they would have the ability to, in a sense, a client choice a pantry where we get fresh food every day. But then in March, things changed. And this is our purpose statement as we are working to transform the lives of families facing economic hardship by providing basic needs, food, utility, and rent assistance. And we try to do that the best of our ability. Prior to the pandemic, we focused primarily on families that lived in Owasso, Collinsville, and Sperry, with some referrals from Turley. Several years ago, a food pantry that was there burned down. It was housed in a church and it burned. And so we asked the food bank to forward people's names, and we were able to help a handful of families. But of course, the pandemic changed everything. These are the types of services that we are involved in. We are primarily a food pantry. We have what we call a fresh market. We pick up food from about 9 different markets and grocery stores throughout Owasso on Monday through Friday. And so we have clients can get a 30-day supply of staple groceries every month, but then they can come twice a week and get fresh produce, dairy, deli items. And so we also provide diapers and formula and hygiene products as well. But we do a limited rent and utility assistance. We're working with Restore Hope right now and with INCOG on providing some of the CARES Act funds and assisting with rent and utility assistance at this point. We do amount of back to school supplies for children. And then our 2 big holiday events is we have Thanksgiving food baskets where we'll provide 300 to 400 food baskets to families in our community. And then also a Christmas giving tree where we help the community adopt children and provide gifts for them during the holiday. And we'll have as many as 400 to 500 children adopted. Like I said, the pandemic changed everything for us, and we went to a drive-through situation. We started out with a tent outside. Now we have things packaged up inside with volunteers. We are a small staff. We have 2 full-time employees and 2 part-time, and then we have about 20 volunteers that work with us almost every week on a variety of days. And we will serve 40 to 50 families a day. We're open to clients from 11 to 2 Monday through Friday. And so we rely heavily on volunteers during those times. But we continue doing curbside today. It's actually become more efficient as we're able to provide families more food. We realize that takes away some of the choice. But when we talk with our clients, when we go car to car and get how many's in their household and then check to see if they're eligible for groceries, we're able to see what kind of requests they may have. And depending on what we have, we're able to provide that for them. One of the things that everybody was worried about, and it became a crisis last year and may soon come under crisis again now, is availability of toilet paper. And last year we were able to get a grant through the Tulsa Reset organization, the CARES Act, and we were able to purchase a whole bunch of toilet paper. In 2020, we provided 9,035 rolls of toilet paper. And so now we're counting that through 2021, and you can see the number has gone up tremendously. As of the end of September, 19,500 rolls of toilet paper. We give toilet paper, 2 rolls of toilet paper to every family that comes through on a daily basis. And so we're able to definitely help in a different type of way, because every dollar that they don't spend on toilet paper or paper towels is money that they can use to pay their bills or buy medicines. One of the things I mentioned earlier is that in 2020, we basically just eliminated our service area and opened it up. And I know on one week, we had 90 new clients, and they were all from the Tulsa area. A local church in North Tulsa somehow mentioned on a Sunday, you can go to Owasso Community Resources to get food. And their congregation responded, because we wound up having lines and lines, 70 cars daily during that week, and majority of them were from North Tulsa. But we're helping in any way we can with anyone who needs help, and that's really what we're all about. In 2020, we had families receive 10,633 services. We count it as intake. So every time someone comes to our office, comes through to OCR, we count each intake, each item that they did. And so that's a tremendous amount of families. It's not unduplicated. The unduplicated number is about 7,000, but still, that's a lot of folks that we served, compared to when we're doing more like 6,000 during a non-pandemic year. The other thing is that like I said, we go out and pick up food from Walmart Market, from Sprouts, from Target, from Dollar General, Big Lots, Come and Goes, Starbucks. And we have agreements through the food bank with all of those organizations. And we come in and we weigh every item that we bring in. And so last year was like the biggest year ever, obviously. Not only the amount that we got from them, but amounts that were donated from the Mormon Church sent us 22,000 pounds of food. We were able to purchase another 35,000 pounds through grants, and then other donations. So we had 720,435 pounds of food that came in and went out, and we weighed them. And so we one of the things that we do, we like to put it in terms that people can kind of grasp. An African elephant, one of the smaller African elephants, weighs 6,000 pounds. And so, that's 3 tons. So what we try to remember is that we basically we received and distributed 120 elephants in last year. Now, we won't have near that many this year. We're reaching about 500,000 as of September. We may get close to that number between now and the end of the year, but still, that's one way we can actually kind of think about the number of pounds that comes in and goes out. We do not have a large facility. We're actually in an old church in the old Central Complex. We do not own our building. We rent it from the city of Owasso, and we're in what's considered the educational part of the old Central Baptist Church, which the city owns. And we basically have one hallway. So what we get in pretty much goes out every day. And so we've converted all of our hallways into storage during the pandemic, but we don't have a big warehouse like other food pantries that you know of. We participated in the Day of Caring. The Day of Caring of 2020, we received about 3,000 pounds of food on that Day of Caring that was specifically designed to help collect food items. This year, we received more than 5,000 pounds of food on the Tulsa Area United Way Day of Caring event, and we're very appreciative of that. In 2020, we had 1,987 new families, people that had never, ever access food or any service from OCR. And that was a huge spike in the amount of people that had never, ever came to see and receive services. We found people that would come through the line that were almost embarrassed because they were having to come to get food because they couldn't feed their families, because they had lost their jobs, or someone was sick, and different circumstances. But we've also noticed that there's a trend that we're still seeing new people. Just this week, we've already had 10 new families. And so I was talking with some of the other agencies that we're involved with in a meeting yesterday, and they're seeing that same thing, not to the level of 2020, but a consistent amount of people that are now accessing agencies to get food. Our Thanksgiving food baskets, we're gearing up for that. We start signups next week. For this year, last year we had 361 families that received Thanksgiving food baskets. We enlist the community to put together a basket. You see these laundry baskets. People will put the items that are necessary for just a Thanksgiving meal, and then we ask them to also donate a $25 gift card. So that way we are able to help them. Not everybody likes turkey, and so we do that, and we come together the Sunday before Thanksgiving and put all those together, make sure that there's all the items in there, and then distribute them to the families on Monday before Thanksgiving. We've added an outside pantry, a little free pantry outside that people can put things in, and people can take what they need. And this has been very helpful during the weekends when we're not open, and the community can participate. We actually added a separate unit in the back of our building, and so people can have an opportunity to pick up things during the week if they need, during the weekend if they need it, or overnight. We're excited to be part of the United Way. You know, one of the things that I always want to talk about is that the fact that we rely on the United Way for about 25 to 30% of our budget, and so we're thankful for them. But one of the things that we always are appreciative of is 211. We want you to always know about 211 because we refer people to 211 on a daily basis for things that we do not have, services that we do not have, and so we definitely want to be able to be able to help folks. And 211, it can be used for anything. You know, if you have someone that has a hearing issue, you can access services through 211. One of the examples that we used a couple of years ago, a mother came into our office. Her son was getting out of prison. She wanted to know if there were any family-friendly employers. We said, I don't know, but we called 211. They gave us a list of 3. We provided that mother that list, and she was able to help her son who was getting out of prison to find employment. But we appreciate your support of the United Way, and know that your dollars are invested in agencies that are on the front line, helping people not fall through the holes, you know, making sure that there's a safety net there to help them meet their basic needs here at Owasso Community Resources.
Thank you so much, Randy. We appreciate your time, and I'm going to stop the recording.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much.